Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, My Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button down below right now, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as we go along if you're enjoying the content. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this wonderful book, Asexual Perspectives, Love, Life and Sex, A Celebration of Asexual Diversity. There's 47 asexual real life stories in there. And I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. So in today's episode, I want to talk to you about Aquaman. Yes, I'm going to do a no sex film review, or is it no sex? Let's check it out. So Aquaman, warning, this is going to have huge spoilers in it. So if you don't want to know about Aquaman, if you've not seen it yet, please do not watch this till after you've seen the movie, because you're going to be like, oh, why did she tell me all that stuff? But if you're curious to know about Aquaman, the storyline, some of the content, then please stick around, because this is going to be one heck of a video. So I saw Aquaman at the cinema and my mum got it me for my birthday. This is the cover. I think it's really beautiful cover, actually. Can you see? Because the gold really stands out on it. It almost feels like you can touch it, which I really like. His suit, you know, and the way they've done the cover, I think it's really nice. I will be putting the links in the description after I finish this video, by the way, if you want to order a copy. And this is the back cover as well. So yeah, what is Aquaman? So Aquaman is from DC Comics. So, you know, I watch a lot of films. I love superhero movies. I love Marvel films. Well, this is not Marvel. This is actually a DC film. It's really good. I absolutely loved it. So what is it about? So basically, what happens in the beginning of the movie is this guy is a lighthouse keeper, and this woman comes out of the sea like a mermaid, and she's wounded, actually played by Nicole Kidman. I love films with Nicole Kidman in. I think she's a really good actress. So this like mermaid type person is wounded, and the lighthouse keeper finds her and brings him to her home to bandage her up. And to cut a very long story short, they fall in love, but they're from two completely different worlds. She is from the sea and the world under the sea, and he's an ordinary human. She has powers, he doesn't. She has like underwater powers and things like that, and she's really good at kicking some butt as well, I have to say. So she doesn't really speak any English to begin with. She thinks he's a threat to her, and then realizes, yeah, that he's not. They fall in love and they have a kid. So this movie doesn't have sex in it, but sex is obviously what you need to have a baby. So obviously they fall in love, and you just basically see her in bed with him, stroking her stomach when she's pregnant and having the kid. So there isn't any actual sex in it. But obviously, in order to make a baby, you know, in the traditional heteronormative world, it's having sex. So obviously that is the implication. And also some of the costumes, if you look at this woman as well on the front cover, her costume is very tight and sleek, and so is Nicole Kidman. So they're the actual outfits could be deemed as quite sexual in it, even though there's no sex in it. And the way the outfit goes over the boobs as well, it does show some of the breasts in this particular person, for example. So this is actually Aquaman. So how does Aquaman fit into it? Well, so the baby that they have together later grows up not knowing that they're any different when they're a really small child, until they go on this like outing to this sea life center place, and he starts being able to communicate with sharks. And the kids at first take the mickey out of him, and then when they realise he can really speak to sharks and fish, they're like, whoa. And so you know he's different, and then you see him go on his journey to prepare for life. And I won't go into every detail. And so, you know, you're thinking, well, what's the conflict here, right? So what happens is, as a small child, before he starts, you know, like going to school as a kid and everything, where he realizes he can talk to sharks. There's a bit in between that where his mother has to leave because these alien type species come and literally try and kill her husband, kill Aquaman, you know, who grows up to be Aquaman, kills the baby. But they don't come specifically for the baby, they come for her. But obviously he could get caught in the crossfire, so could her husband. But really they've come for her, and they've come to take her back to the underwater life that she was leading before she got with him. And back in her own underwater kingdom, if you like, she is like a queen, she's royalty, and she marries this guy. But when they find out that she has this son that is half human, they turn their back on her and they condemn her to this underwater place where she's supposed to have died. And so because they found out that he's known as a half-blood because he's half human. And what you don't find to later on in the film, that she's actually got another son, and he's like quite evil, this other son. And so Aquaman is approached by this woman who is asked to step in and help because the guy who's his half brother, who his mum had another son with the king, which she's obviously banished to this land where you think she's dead. Then she's like, the bad brother, his bad brother, is trying to destroy Earth, and he's trying to become king by doing various things. And so she's saying, you need to step up to the plate and you need to help us out and come to the underlife and take your rightful place as king, not him, because you're more worthy of it. And so he doesn't listen at first. He really doesn't. He thinks like, there's no point. You killed my mum. The underwater life killed my mum. I'm never going to see her again. And it's soul destroying for him. He doesn't want anything to do with them because he thinks they're murderers of his mum, basically. And as the film goes on, basically something happens, which means he has to go underwater after all. He realizes he's needed. And then he has to basically battle his brother, his half brother, for the rightful place of the throne. But obviously it's not as simple as that. There's like kind of like little twists and going on in the storyline. When I say twists, there's like other characters interweaving in it, but essentially it's him against his brother, and he has to prove his worth as the king and becomes Aquaman. So, you know, it's a very good, interesting story. I particularly liked some of the underwater scenes. The scenery, you know, was really, really good and beautiful, and it's very, very realistic. Like, you can really feel they're underwater because the producers have taken great time in making sure their hair's flowing, like they're going with the current of the water all the time. I saw this one's got like a special behind the scenes James Wan world builder. James Wan is the director, I believe. Yeah, has created one of the DC's most ambitious films. With his help, we'll take a deeper look at the inherent challenges James faced in both performances and visual effects in order to bring a new world to life. I have to say that the visual effects are very, very, very good in this. They're very stunning. I saw it on the cinema, this film, and I was like, wow. And I actually really took to his character because I saw him in one of the other movies and I didn't think much of him. I thought he was a bit of a boring character. I couldn't really get into him and I couldn't really understand him, and I didn't really have, much affinity to him. But when I watched this movie and it showed you behind the scenes of his life, basically, and how he became to be born and grow up, I was really, really, really engrossed in him as a person and in what made him tick and his mindset. And obviously, in order to have a really good movie, you've really got to be invested in your mind and the main character and how he's or she's being portrayed, in this case, a he. And I think it's really good. I have to say that this woman features a lot in the film as well. And she does kick butt. She really does kick butt. And I'm really happy to see really strong, powerful women characters. Only, they're also highly sexualized in the way they're dressed as well. So it's kind of like good because they're strong, powerful women. Her and Nicole Kidman, really, really strong, kicking ass and being quite dominant. And, but they're also like very, very as a lot of people would think they're very, very sexy by their outfits, you know, but there is no actual sex in the movie because, you know, as an asexual who's sex repulsed, I absolutely can't stand sex in movies. I just disgusts me. There's no need for it. I don't want to see it. Do you know what I mean? And so, you know, I mean, the outfits, they make me, you know, that outfit makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable with her, you know, low cut with the boobs, if I'm honest. It does make me a little bit uncomfortable, but, you know, it is what it is, you know, there's no sex in it, and I'm just really glad of that, you know. I just think it's a really good movie. Yeah, I was really blown away by the action scenes in the beginning. I haven't really told you about some of the other bit at the beginning of the movie. But there's really, really good scenes. A lot of the fight scenes are really good as well. You know, I just really, really enjoyed it. I loved the movie itself. I loved the storyline. I loved the underwater special effects. I thought they were very, 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 very good. I liked the fight scene. I liked the whole movie, to be honest. I thought it was really good overall. And I would definitely recommend it, watching it. Obviously, if you listen to my review, you might think, well, I know most of it now. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I did tell you there was spoilers in here, but I think it's a really good film. I think you'll enjoy it. And, you know, I do like DC as well as Marvel. I'm a huge Marvel fan, but also like DC films as well. I just love the superhero movies. I get really empowered by them. I feel really super strong when I watch them. I just feel like really motivated in life and really happy. Like yesterday, I had a movie day. I watched this movie and I watched another movie as well, which I'll be reviewing soon. And I just loved it. You know, some time to me, time out to chill. And I think it's so important you do that. You know, it's really important to have self-love and self-care. And one of the ways that I kind of self-love is to have a movie day at home, you know. And I had a couple of movies I watched yesterday. I was really, really happy. I watched them, made me feel so good inside. I literally feel the strength of the superhero character goes into me when I watch superhero movies. That's why I love them so much. To me, they're really empowering. To me, it's like having physical exercise. You know, lots of people who do physical exercise go to the gym, they have like an adrenaline rush. It really makes them feel good. That's how superhero movies make me feel. They give me like this adrenaline rush. They help to boost my energy levels up. I mean, I've got a ton of energy anyway, as you know, but, you know, if my mind's not as good as it could be, it's just great to just sit and watch movies and just to let my mind kind of like, I don't even think my mind totally switches off. I think a part of my mind switches off, whilst the other part is allowed to just explore things while I'm trying to watch the movie. It could be a bit annoying that, but you know, I kind of like it. I'm like it half resting my mind. And I just think it's really important, you know, if you really love movies, to just, the escapism is actually quite good, really. With my brain, I find it, especially as you know, I do still have some anxiety. So I find with an anxious brain, it just goes on and on and on like a record. And I find with movies, it's like something called a pattern interrupt. I don't know if you've heard that, but if you have got anxiety and you're watching this channel, a pattern interrupt is when you just literally, you just put something else into your day that's not usually there. And so, you know, some people will say about swearing, not that I particularly like swearing, but I do swear sometimes on this channel. But you know, it's like, you know, like, or you could say just a random weird word, or you just go out and do something different. Today I went for a walk on the beautiful quayside near where I live, and it was just good to get out my flat, good to do something different. So, you know, I love movies because they are pattern interrupts. You know, it's not the same thing. I don't watch movies every day. I don't watch TV. You know, and so for me, when I watch a movie, it's kind of breaking up the week, breaking up the day, shifting my mindset. And that's why I find movies so good. It's that pattern interrupt that you need. So, you know, if you want to know more about pattern interrupts, you know, I could always do another separate video on it, but I hope you get the idea that, you know, if you do, just put it down in the comments below. But you know, you can do like stuff like, you know, like just making a noise with your hand to interrupt the pattern of your brain. So it's just like with an anxious brain, it just tends to repeat itself. So it's really important. But yeah, I recommend movies because that's what really interrupts my brain patterns. But I think they have to be really good as well. You know, if there's something that really affects you emotionally in a bad way, then it could make you worse. But I just thought this is such a good movie. Highly recommend it. Please, please, please get a copy. I will put the link in the comments below after this video is finished processing. And I wish you a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. And don't forget, like I said, give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone you think may benefit. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you on the next live stream or video. Take care. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.